Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Higher Grounds podcast. Pastor Matthew Tucker, pastor of the Gordon Heights Baptist Church here in Concord, North Carolina. And welcome back. This is your morning minute meditation. I'd like if you take your Bible and turn to the book of Job. Job chapter number 19 will be our text this morning. And I want to read several verses here in the book of Job chapter 19. Give you just a few comments here and I'll be done. Job chapter 19, and we'll pick up reading verse number 23. The Bible said, "Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book, that they were graven with an iron pen and laid in a rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter days upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. Though my reins be consumed within me. But ye should say, why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishment of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment." Job talked about his words in this passage. And I wrote down this thought and preached it at our church several months back on Job's journal. Job wanted some of his words to be written down in a book. And so Job had a journal this morning, and Job was concerned about his words, and he wanted them pinned down and preserved forever. Then I wanted to pay close attention to what Job actually is saying here in Job chapter 19. Job chapter 19, Job was right in the middle of all the suffering that he's going through. And you do know Job had these so-called three friends that were blaming Job for everything that happened in his life. And there's some things that Job wrote in his journal, and I want to look at four quick things here in this text. And number one, Job put this in his journal. Job said, "I'm suffering, but I'm still saved." Can I say the fact that Job was suffering in the text doesn't mean that Job wasn't saved? And that Job realized the fact look, I'm still suffering. I'm suffering as a child of God, but that'll determine whether or not I am his child or not. So you could be suffering in this life. But I want you to notice that even though you're suffering don't mean you're not saved. So Job said, "I'm suffering and I'm still saved." Number two, Job said, "I'm suffering, but I'm still singing." The suffering didn't steal Job's song. So when we got saved, God put a song in our heart. And even though we're going through trials and troubles of this life and suffering, don't mean we still can't have a song to sing. So Job wanted that pinned down in his journal. That way, after he thought he was going to die in in his suffering. He thought his suffering was going to kill him. He said, "If I die, I want this pinned down. I'm suffering, but I'm still saved. I'm suffering, but I'm still singing. Thirdly, I'm suffering, but I'm still satisfied." In other words, Job said, "I'm still satisfied." In other words, the Lord satisfied him. And then regardless of what he has or what he does not have, he's still satisfied in the fact that he belongs to God. Fourthly and finally, I'm suffering, but I'm still sure. Job said, "If I leave this world, I'll see him face to face." There's one thing there was some things Job was sure about. Job was sure he was saved. And Job was sure that when he died, if he died in this suffering, that he's going to see the Lord face to face. So that's what Job's journal says. I'm suffering, but I'm still saved. Suffering, but I'm still singing. I'm suffering, I'm still satisfied. I'm suffering, and I'm still sure.